Well, he has been teased. He's been leaked. I don't know. He's been teased. Sounds a little funny. But Wazdakka's rules are out, and I was telling a lot of people locally that I really just hope he is similar to a war trike, but actually can kill things. And I got that, and I got so much more. I did not expect a lot of the things he's got going on. I guess you could have guessed the 3-part rule. They've been really hitting home the like choose 3 rule that like used to be kind of unique, and now it's all over the place. But no, let's go through it. He's great. I don't know what his points are going to be. He's probably just in every list, depending on points. I don't know what list he doesn't go in. Maybe Bully Boys, just because he doesn't have any of the keywords. But also, he's just good. I don't know. He's got so many good things. Anyway, let's break him down real quick. So he's got some always has. He's going to always have Deep Strike. He's going to always have Lone Up. He's always going to heal D3 at the start of your command phase. The heal D3 might be nice. I don't know. He's fairly tough. Like, he's got a lot of wounds and a 3-up, 4-up. And he's just really, he's going to be not impossible to kill, but he's going to be quite hard to kill. And you can target him with Arta's Nails and some of the other defensive buffs. So that will make him a little bit tougher. But, yeah, I don't know. He's got the choose 3. Weirdly enough, the choose 3 is, how do you say, all 3 are good. I don't think some of them are as good as others, obviously. But I would see taking all 3 of them in most games. I think the fallback in charge and advance in charge is great because fallback in charge is really rare in orcs. I think it's just on the enhancement and Storm Boys. There might be another unit that has it. If there is, I can't think of it. But that's just always good to have. Also, you can go into strat reserves, which means turn 1, you go first. You put them up into reserves. You put them, you rapid ingress them on your opponent's turn. I think that's really good. I think the problem with that one is that he is speed 20, okay? I don't know where he's going that your opponent, like, where's he going to go that he couldn't normally go anyway? Now, it's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be great. Rapid ingressing him is going to be really good. I just don't know if, like, turn 1, if you just take the speed plus 6 and move through terrain features, he's going to be flying basically wherever you'd want him to go anyway. Some funny things about him. His gun. Why does he have that gun profile? I looked at that thing and I was like, oh, it's going to be an orc gun. It's going to be hitting on 5, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. No. He stole that thing from an armature or something. That is a night gun. He happens to hit on 4s, but like, who cares? He's averaging 8 hits on something, AP 2, damage 2. He is going to shoot things, and people are going to be mad when they're like, wait, what? He's going to kill, like, how many orc shooting units by themselves kill, like, 5 scouts? He probably does. The precision gun, all right. I have a love-hate relationship with this thing because it is 1 attack and it's hitting on 2s. That is so funny to me. However, it does 3 damage. If he did, I know it, like, I know it's asking too much, but if it did 4 damage, it would solve so many problems of chaplains, of lieutenants, of all the Space Marine minor characters that aren't captains. So right now, I'm trying to think of all the 3-wound characters you want to snipe out with this thing. Like, okay, it's not going to happen very often, to be honest, but like, the biggest one that pops off the top of my head is the Sisters Dogmata. I don't know how you pronounce it. That's got 3 wounds. I think she has a feel no pain while she's in her bubble though, so like a little dicey, but like, you know, if you just snipe that, like that unit's basically gone. But yeah, I don't know. That's probably the reason for that one. His melee is ironically probably like, his melee's really good, but it's probably like the weakest part of his kit, weirdly enough. First of all, classy move is to save the Fix-It wrench so that the Grot can bonk a Space Marine dead. Like, try to, if you can get a Space Marine to die to the Grot wrench, you are a man of culture in class. His Grab a Draga, man, they're killing with names here. Grab a Draga, the fact that it's damage 3 is so rare in orcs. In fact, like, that's kind of why you take Gas, is because he's one of the few units that doesn't have damage 2. And the extra attacks are pretty good. You know, they're basically a Snagaboy stat line. So I've done a bunch of math. We'll go into that in a second. But first of all, side note, travesty. His bike is not called the Bike of the Apocalypse. That was official, right? I should look it up. His name was officially the Bike of the Apocalypse. Why is it Big Reva? Big Reva is awful. Well, it's fine. It's okay. Bike of the Apocalypse is amazing. So I'm going to ignore that, and it's going to be called the Bike of the Apocalypse. What does he do? I really think, one, he's nice because he has like this, because he has Lone Op, so you can put him out in the open, so he doesn't take because orcs fill out those spots in the deployment zone that you can't get shot in very fast. You can put him out in the open, and he can't be shot without your opponent moving within 12 inches. And if they're moving within 12 inches to shoot him, you're probably going to get whatever it is that shoots them. And frankly, whatever's going to go forward to shoot him, it's got to be real good shooting because he's not just going to fall over. So I would imagine first turn you put him out, and then you go to your natural expansion and camp out on that, or you can boost him up to go to your opponent's natural expansion. What's the better option? I don't know. It sort of depends on what your opponent's doing. I'm gonna pull up the map on a deployment zone and walk through some of the math there. But like, he's gonna threaten both. He's gonna kill scouts. He's gonna kill infiltrators. He's gonna kill the lieutenant with combi weapon, though. If the reactive move can put a chunk in that one, but he could probably kill that guy. No, he can definitely kill that guy just by moving within 10 inches and then shooting him. Between the Grab-a-Draga and the Psycho Gatler, he probably kills that guy. I should have done the math on that one. I didn't think about that. But at the end of the game, assuming he's still alive, he's kind of a terror where he's fast enough that he can probably skip 2 objectives. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if you're going from home field to home field, but you can go from like not center, no man's land objectives. You can probably make it to both of those ones with a little bit of luck on a charge. But yeah, so let's do some quick math here on what his damage output is. So if you just go here, generic Marines, he's killing 7.5. And now my math is 50-50s all the way down. So what I mean by that is his average hits is going to be 8 hits with his Psycho Gatler, because if you're rolling 12 dice and you just roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 sixes, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 misses. No, not 4 misses. It's 6 misses, and then 2 extra sustains. Now I know there's variance, but like, there's no way to like do the math on that. Also, the Grab-a-Draga math is really weird because it's just one shot, so just bear with me on that one. And of course, I'm the bravest man in the world for putting a math on the internet. But if I'm wrong, just please let me know. So versus generic Marines, he does about 7.5 wounds, or 7.5 dead guys. So that means, like I said, he bullies scouts, incursors, infiltrators, that kind of unit. And even if you don't kill them, they're not going to do anything back to you. Like, one power fist is wounding you on 4s. He's not great. The WA math doesn't really change it because the strength doesn't matter and he gets 1 more attack, so he probably kills 1 more. It's a little hard to say on that one. He's not very WA dependent, which is nice because he can already advance and charge if you want him to. He can go to speed 20, which is kind of advancing and charging if you think about it. Moving through walls speeds him up a surprising amount. Now, it's not always going to be important, but it will be a lot. And especially, like, well, he doesn't need to be in cover as much because of Lone Op, but you still might want to be behind a wall sometimes. And so, like, that could save you, like, 20 inches. Who knows? But, yeah, so that's just generic Marine. So let's just do some of the big hits here. So Victrix Guard. Victrix Guard are an interesting one because he kills around 3 1/3. That's not amazing. The problem is if they AOC, his damage output goes down dramatically. But so what you do is you shoot them, then they got to decide if they're going to AOC on the Psycho Gatler. If they don't, they'll probably have cover. But if they don't have cover, he does a lot of damage. But if they do have cover, it's whatever it is. The problem is going to be AOC. But if you hit him with 2 things, I don't know what the other thing you hit him with. you're going to do a lot of damage. So even if, like, just this scenario here, he does 3 dead, the 3 and the character's probably going to kill him, but you're going to hit him twice, or you're going to hit him with something else, or you're going to whittle him down, grenades. You know, you got to do what in Orcs outside of Gaz with 10 knobs kills 6 Victor's card? Like, there's not a lot of options. We gotta finesse it. So then the other big one is Catan. Now I didn't throw the Wa in here because his strength goes from 10 to 11, and that is a big breaking point because he has Lance. So he goes from wounding on 4s to 3s. And frankly, not the best Catan killer. I don't. You can plink a little bit. That's not really the best. 5 wounds is not bad, to be fair, but you're gonna have to hit him with something else. My personal favorite right now is Kill Rigs because of the laser and the lance on the squig itself. Now I know that the damage 2 weapon goes to damage 1, which is not ideal, but also with Kill Rig is 155 points, so 2 Kill Rigs into a Catan. The Catan's not going to kill both of them, even if it's a Nightbringer. It's a decent trade. I don't know. It is what it is. Hey, look, when you're talking about the best armies in the game with one of the most mediocre armies in the game, you're going to have to make some concessions here. But the WA does help him a lot for that matchup. And, yeah. I don't know if there's other big breakpoints. I think the thing is he's kind of like a Dante. He's a souped up suboden. Like, he just makes suboden cry. But he... if you can have him alive in the end game, he's going to just take whatever objective you want with the scraps that are left at the end of the game. I think his biggest pros is that he's not WA dependent. Like, Gaz has so much gas. Like, the damage output between the two is just not comparable. But Gaz, his WA step down is huge, and this guy's WA step down is just it's small. You don't really need the WA quite as much. I don't think he replaces Gaz, to be honest. The making Bike's battle line I think is fine. I don't think you run 36. I think you run 18, and it's just 3x3x3x3x3. You just have all these min squads running around. The problem with Bikes is they just don't have the damage output. It does help them if you have, instead of 18 has 6 power claws, now 18 has instead of 18 has 3 power claws, now it has 6 power claws. The problem with power claws is they're hitting on 4s with 3 attacks. That is not like great. And then if you have a Wartrike with them, the Wartrike is nice for the +1 to hit, but the Wartrike is not hitting hard either. 4 attacks. It's ridiculous why he only has 4 attacks. So let's go to a map here and just see some basic math. Okay, so I loaded up. This is layout 7 on Hammer and Anvil. Something I found, like, it's always kind of hard to hide on this one because you have the spot here. Otherwise, you got to be really far back, and Orcs don't have the speed to go forward. So I found, like, this layout 7 is not my favorite. But it's great to measure out, though, because it's all just straight lines. However, it's not great for Orcs generally, is what I found. So let's just do some quick math here. You can put him out here in the center, so he can not stop, like, he doesn't take up this space. So I put him on Gaskell because I have a feeling he's on a round base. I can't, it's really hard to tell. Okay, I looked, I think he's on a round base. Probably the same size as Gaz, maybe a little bigger. It's hard. I don't know. We'll find out. But this is the best approximation I got. I could have put a Wartrike. I just don't think it's an oval. But anyway, that's enough about that. Who cares? So let's talk about some of the things he can do. So turn 1, if we just measure, let me Control C. Here's how far. Let's see, 12 inches. That's 9 inches. So he could just move 12. Do I have the measurement? Hold on. Let me make for great videos here. Measure moves. All right, so we got Gaskell on top of him right here, so we can move 12 inches just without doing anything bonuses. So you can already do the center. Sorry, he's speed 14. He's speed 14. So he could just move to the center, no ifs and or buts. You can also move him here. It's possible you get him over this way, like if you go the +6 move. +6 move, you can put him all the way to almost on the objective. Okay, So if he's here, let me just do some quick 12 inches means you've got to be right here to shoot him, which is about right here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you have your entire army staged right here and they come forward to shoot this guy, they're going to have problems. They're going to, whatever they're going to afford to shoot him, it's going to be valuable enough to shoot a guy with 10 wounds and T8 and a 3 up, 4 up, and possibly -1 to wound. Yeah. So let's talk about mid-game here. So we got some deployments you could do, but the interesting part, I think, is you can put him like here. He's safe as you're going to get. And then from here, let's talk about threatened range. So speed 20 with an average charge, no advance in charge, let's say the wah's over or you just don't want to use it, 27 inches. He threatens all 3 objectives in the no man's land. Now he's going to have a problem with if they put him like in here and they do the 1-inch rule on the wall here. But he's also got OC3, so if you just pop on there, you might just pop things off of there, or off of their OC. What is your threat range to home field? All right, 20 inches. Hey, look, you can get on there with not a 1. Maybe not a 2. It depends on where you put them. You advance, you can get on their opponent's home field pretty easily going through walls. I think this is a great. I think he's going to be great for what he's supposed to do, which is he's a model that's unique for orcs. So he can move forward, he can be in the center of the table, relatively safe because we're in a very killy part of the edition, especially versus orc bodies. But he can move forward, be relatively safe, and he can threaten so much. Now he's not super killy, so he's not going to kill like he's not gas. You're not sending him in. He's going to just bonk something. He's going to kill things though. So the detachments you're going to run him in. Best detachment's Warhorde. I'm sorry. I know. It's Warhorde. You can think about other factions or other detachments. Attack Brigade is funny because you put his gun hitting on 3s. So with sustained, the math is like he's kind of hitting on 2s. Cult of Speed. All right, I played Cult of Speed for like 2 months. And I love that list. I think it's a lot of fun. It does not kill things. It just does not. And you have a go first problem. If you don't go first, that list really struggles because you can't push your opponent out of the field. He doesn't make the list better. The list is better with him. I don't know what list you don't run him in. Like, okay, if he's all right, if he is priced to move, like we're talking 130 points, he's at every single orc list. I don't care. I don't care if you're running Bully Boys or the Big Hunt or any not generic detachment that we sort of just are forced into. I think he's in Attack Brigade. I think he's in the Attack Brigade one's a little interesting because you got to have him close enough to get him the +1 to hit, but I don't think that's super hard. It's not hard for a few turns anyway. But yeah, he's best in Warhorde. The sustain ones, the crit 5s, the generic rules are just what I think we're going to run them at. And I generally just think Warhorde's the best orc detachment anyway. Bully Boys. So if he's priced to move, every detachment. If he's like, I don't know, 160, 200 points, I don't know. Ooh, I'm not sure what he's supposed to be honest. But let's say he's on the expensive end, then you're not running him in the specialized attachments. So then he's just stuck to Cult of Speed, Warhorde, probably come out of Bully Boys, maybe Attack Brigade. But yeah, I'm really excited for the guy. I'm wondering, man, it would be really cool if a new bike kit came out for him. I've already got 18 bikes, but I could run 36 with them. So it'd be really cool if he could just have new bikes. They're good. They have aged remarkably well. I don't know. I want a little glow up, all right? I'm being greedy. But let me know what you guys think. It's probably something important I missed in terms of like matchups or whatnot. But yeah, when his points come out, we'll talk about where he would go. Anyway, hope to catch you guys in the next one.